So I'm at the Cornwall Business Show at Wadebridge, and I'm finding more businesses who are trying to go plastic free and help us go plastic free.
We've been learning about this now for the last year, and we've finally got to a solution where we understand about tea in our tea bags. So the box of tea, this box has got no plastic in it at all, neither has the foil wrap on the inside, but the tea bag inside, 22% of this tea bag has plastic in it, and that is to bond the tea bag together when it goes through the press. And that's what we're changing now, but the industry is yet to catch up, or the technology is yet to catch up with the demands of the customer.
And you've got another type of tea bag, tell me about that.
So the other tea bag we've got is the Fusion bag. This is made from modified cornstarch, which is GMO free, so there's no nasty chemicals in this. This will decompose under the right conditions within 2 months, and it's 100% plastic free. Nothing in there is plastic at all.
Now you're here at a business show and you've got selling tea with cups, and now they've got plastic lids at the moment, haven't they? Tell me about those.
So the cups are recyclable cups, but on the inside of the cup we have a very, very thin microscopic plastic lining, and that doesn't decompose. So we're in the process of getting those produced at this moment. They should be here in 2 or 3 weeks. And then the same thing with the plastic lid. These are going over to the cornstarch lids, which will also decompose under the right conditions. And it's important to point out that all these plastic things that you're seeing today, they need to decompose under the right conditions. Now a tea bag will last up to 2 or 3 years in a compost bin if it's not in the right conditions.
This is a massive challenge, isn't it, for the whole industry?
Massive, yeah. I mean, there's another knock-on effect on this. If the whole industry goes over to cornstarch, we could in fact create a famine in Africa, because we put the price of corn through the roof, and then the Africans can't afford to buy cornstarch, which is their staple diet. So there's all sorts of knock-on effects that aren't being discussed in this, and that's one of the big ones. The other one is deforestation. If we all go plastic free, as we are going, there'll be more land used up to grow cornstarch, which will be deforestation. So we could in fact create deforestation as a byproduct of going plastic free.
So we work on a project called Future Focus, which is part of Unlocking Potential and University of Exeter partnership. We will run a series of events on kind of key themes, and usually trying to get lots of excited businesses in a room around a particular subject. So the last couple of months we've picked up obviously in the news about how obviously packaging, how lots of things are changing, and we want to help businesses in Cornwall really be able to evaluate what they're already using, negative impacts on the environment, and particularly in Cornwall. So we have lots of academics up at the university, so marine, environmental, life sciences, who can look at those impacts with businesses, and then follow that up with businesses at looking at the alternatives. So whether that's using different types of plastic or cardboard, but what we've really found for the businesses is more cost analysis. That's the most important thing. So they want to make changes, they want to use more sustainable packaging, but they don't know which way to go. And hopefully we'll be able to bring some kind of innovative solutions, which are perhaps going on in the rest of Europe and around the world, and obviously bring them to the Penryn campus.
And so you are going to be looking at these from September. There's a project starting then.
Yeah, we're hoping to do a conference, potentially one day in July and one day in September. So the day in July will be looking at the negative effects of plastic and packaging on the environment, and then the second day in September we'll be helping businesses, as I say, evaluate and look what other options are out there for them.
And one of the things you're doing is getting people to use a keep cup.
Yeah, so all of our events, we tend to use we usually have 200 people sometimes at our events, so there's a lot of paper cups. So what we did for our last event in February was purchase keep cups. So people would come to the event, put their tea and coffee in a keep cup and take that away for free. And then obviously that's then out in the community of Cornwall, a little conversation starter. Yeah, so it's quite a good initiative we're running. We also run that in our Streatham campus as well. Lots of our students now are encouraged to buy keep cups, and then they get a discount on their future purchases of coffee.
I've always been a sort of hobbying carpenter in my spare time. We had our first child 18 months ago, and at that time kind of looking for things to for her to play with, furniture pieces to have in the house as well, and became distinctly aware that there was quite a lot of garish plastic out there that was cheap and nasty. I could see it was likely to break, so we were reluctant to fill our house with that stuff, especially it was kind of about to just disappear off to landfill and be incinerated. So I set about making some of my own things, nice classic wooden toys made out of reclaimed wood and sustainably sourced materials. It's a startup business at the moment. We're currently running a crowdfunder campaign. It's live as of yesterday. You can find it at crowdfunder.co.uk/Tinkerboo. Lots of nice toys up for awards. And yeah, we're hoping it grows. It certainly seems to have connected with parents at the moment.
Using takeaway cups in the past, obviously, because the site's quite large, we have lots of clients that want to walk around, so taking china cups around is not the best thing. So we're trying now to reduce. We don't give out plastic cardboard cups anymore, so we use china only, or we encourage people to use our bamboo cups that we sell in the shop. And a lot of the cafe as well has a policy where if you buy a bamboo cup, you can come back and get it refilled at a discount.
It's not just about cups though, is it? There's a whole lot of things in the supply chain, perhaps suppliers supplying things wrapped stupidly in too much plastic.
Yeah, no, definitely, that's the thing. So we've got a sustainability manager at Eden, so basically their job is to look into how Eden can improve their sustainability for all sorts of things like that. So so packaging, so we talk to our suppliers and try and reduce as much as possible the packaging that is used.
My name's Andrew Weaver. I'm the Managing Director of the Cornwall Business Show. We know it's difficult, but we know a lot of people are trying to be more green and minimise the use of plastic within their own homes and their business. Moving forward as a company ourselves, and also with our events, we're going to do our best to encourage as many businesses as possible to have a green conscience and also think about how they can minimise their waste, not at the event, not just at the events, but also within their office.